What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I thought I'd make one today. Haven't done one in a while, but today I want to talk about a couple things. It's going to be kind of a tangent video. It's not going to have mega super duper structure, but I want to talk about Season 18. This gameplay is from ages ago. I really don't remember it, but my friend's playing Torbjorn, so it can't be that bad. But yeah, I want to talk about the current meta and kind of my thoughts on it. Um, I'm on the struggle bus. I'll be honest. This current meta is making me want to strangle myself a lot, and I think that is due to the tanks that are currently very strong. I think in Overwatch in general, the strength of the tank heroes kind of dictates everything else. If you think of previous metas like Dive and, whatever they called that meta where Lucio speed boosted goats, fucking feels so long ago, dude. The strength of tanks generally dictates the rest of the team composition. I can't remember. Death Bowl, that's it. Is that Ryan Zaya? I can't remember. But generally, team compositions are filled with heroes that complement the strongest tanks in the game. And the strongest tanks in the game right now, debatably, I would say, are the double shield comp. Obviously, you can have Hog Orisa. It's always a good favourite. But what's even better than Hog Orisa, in my honest opinion, to be humbly honest, is Orisa Sigma. And what Orisa Sigma means is that shields, they last forever. And Ana, very bad against shields. So if you're a one-trick picking idiot Ana like I am, most of the time, you're going to have a few issues. Not only do you have to try and time the impossible timing that is trying to find an opening in a Orisa barrier, you got to factor in that a Sigma can just plonk up a shield, in half a second, and that combined health pool of the shields is what? 3,000 health or something? I have no idea. I think an Orisa shield's like 900 health? Maybe? I actually fucking need to Google that, but I can't be bothered, so I probably won't. Whatever it is, the combination of Sigma Shield plus Orisa Shield plus low cooldowns on both means that the uptime, regardless of the health is kind of a factor, but it's more the uptime as a result that's the main problem. You're going to have a bad time trying to anti-heal the enemy team. The size of these shields too, especially with the shape of Orisa's shield, that got buffed quite a while ago. I think it got a 15% increase in size. And I mean, a 15% increase in size is pretty massive. And the shape of it too, it's got that little, what is it, concave? Convex? Fuck, I don't know the difference. I forget. One of the cons, dude. And it makes it difficult to land nades because she has this big protective, it's like a pseudo Winston bubble. It's like this circular thing that protects her in the corners. With Reinhardt barriers, it's much easier to nade over the top of it and the AoE to hit the people behind it. Obviously, you'll need a backboard or something that if you throw it, it's going to hit behind them and it's actually going to do something. Where Orisa, it's much more difficult to achieve that because of that shape. It's an awkward shape for trying to get behind it. And if you look at the size of Sigma, if we look at Julie's arse real quick, the barrier itself is, I think it's much bigger than Ryan's, just eyeballing it. So poor Ryan has no chance against these two shield characters. His shield is weaker. And I think Sigma's shield might be lower in HP, but it's larger and he can reposition it much easier. I think Reinhardt is probably the best main tank in terms of design. If I could pick a main tank that just a hero that encapsulates the title main tank, Rhinoceros is the fucking boy. He's like the most main tank you could ever come across. And it makes me very disappointed when he's completely outclassed by heroes that I in my opinion, don't take nearly as much skill. Reinhardt is such a mind game character, and it's really disappointing when he's being replaced by heroes like Orisa in particular, where she just plonks down this really insane shield and just like left clicks in the general direction and just gets a shitload done. Where Ryan, he is his shield. Like Orisa, she can just detach from it. She throws it on the floor and then she's done. Like she can just brrr. When you got fucking Reinhardt, he is his fucking shield. That's his job. He is the shield. Like, if he's shielding, he's not doing anything else. Maybe he's walking forward and trying to take space away from the enemy. But in general, he's trying to get his team shielded. Where Orisa and Sigma, they can place their shield down, and it's kind of like an afterthought. Like, I place my shield down, and then I go do what I actually do, which is spam. Which I just spam projectiles, do as much damage as possible. I don't feel like that's the same thing. Like Reinhardt, he is the shield. He stands there, he stands strong, he protects his team. Orisa and Sigma, they throw their shield down and then they play their own little game. I don't know. The differences between those heroes makes me very sad. I don't know what the solution is, to be honest. I don't see how a hero like Orisa or Sigma at their current power levels would ever be outclassed by Ryan. I don't get it. The only way I could see that possibly happening is if Lucio speed boosts Reinhardt and his hammer does like 400 damage. Like I just don't know. I don't know what the solution is. All I know is I'm just kind of a little bit burnt out trying to play Ana against shields. These things that just seem to last forever. And then to add insult to injury, you just see this purple orb, right? What is this purple orb? It's not from the main tanks. It's not from the DPS. What's it from? It's from the enemy Moira. Why? Because the enemy Moira knows that picking Ana is a piece of shit idea, and that if you're going to play against double shields, why not play a hero that doesn't have to worry about it? Why not just play a hero that has abilities that go through shields? That's like the solution for the main healers this season. I think Ana, when she is picked, her main position is just to counter Moira, which is kind of strange. Moira, I've never thought to be this overly powerful character, but in this current meta, because it's so oppressive against Ana in particular, she's just relatively way better. She doesn't have to worry about shield so much. Her ultimate charges very fast, insanely fast. I've noticed this season that I've picked Moira, I don't know, maybe an hour or two to my 10 to 15 hours of Ana, and I build Coalescence so bloody fast. I'm so bad with Moira, but fucking hell, dude. You hold down the left click and you just sprinkler your whole team and you just get like a million ult charge. It's insane. I've really felt my ult charge rate go down a crap load with Ana. But with Moira, I don't feel like it's gone down at all. If anything, it feels like it's gone up. So yeah, like, the current problems I have with the game stem from the strength of the current strongest tanks, but the knock-on effect from that is that it affects which heroes are played in the rest of the game. So you've got the main DPS picks at the moment being, I think, I checked Overbuff yesterday. In Grandmaster, Doomfist is picked 46% of the time, I believe, which is huge. Like, that's a huge pick rate. I think he's eclipsed all other DPS by at least 30%. I'm pretty sure the next best was like 13 or some shit. I have no idea. I'd have to check it again. All I remember is that Doomfist himself was a 46% pick rate, and that his win rate is in the 55%. I think he's like, apart from those niche, like, you know, those heroes that get played like once every 10,000 games, so their win rate's like strangely high. If you take out the other two heroes that have that sort of circumstance, I think Ash's Soldier 76 was slightly higher. I think he was, the highest win rate DPS. And again, this stems from the strength of the main tanks. What's a McCree going to do against double shield? I was playing DPS on in roll queue, and I was picking McCree, and all I was doing was what I felt like all I was doing was fan the hammering just to shield over and over, dude. My McCree's really bad, but I spent at least 80% of my DPSing time just like shooting a shield. And in that 20% where I actually got to play the game, I fucking blew dick. Because it's not like I'm practicing throughout the game. It's like you have these small ass windows with hit scan, at least with McCree. Widow's a little bit different. You can just bypass a shield entirely by flanking, which is a disappointing playstyle to force a sniper character to play. But I digress. With McCree, you spend up the majority of your time shooting a shield, and the small window that you do have, like, you really need to hit every shot. You need to hit so many damn shots. In previous metas, you could be quite bad with McCree, right, and still do okay. I think he still should be viable, like, even in scenarios where you're not popping off all the time. I think, heroes like even like Hanzo can do okay, even if he's not popping off the entire game. He can still put out good damage on tanks and whatnot. But McCree, dude, goodness, in this current meta, he's not going to get a whole lot done unless he's hitting, all of his shots in those very small windows when there isn't a shield down of some description. But yeah, heroes like Doomfist and Symmetra being strong in the meta right now stems from, again, the tanks that are currently strong. And the supports, I guess the main kind of thing that I'm focused on is that I'm kind of disappointed whenever Moira or Mercy or these main healers that require a little less. Let's say at least in the healing department, like to get heals off, like I feel like because Ana doesn't have any form of mobility, she doesn't have any crazy survival tool like Mercy or Moira. She's very hard to do well with, and what happens is that when these heroes like Mercy and Moira become relatively stronger, Ana players just kind of eat dick, and it's not a good dick, man. It's fucking hell. This is so grim, but the situation's grim, so I guess it calls for it. It just feels so hopeless, and it's sad to see when you've got players like even ML7 and all the pro players like picking Moira over Ana. Like, Ana's this like mechanically dope ass challenge of a character where it's like, if someone can reach peak proficiency with the character, it's a joy to watch that shit. And when you have players, as I said, like ML7 in particular, he's someone who I consider who has mastered this character, Pro players, I guess, they kind of just bend with the wind of the meta. That's understandable. But when you have someone like that bending to Moira when they've mastered a character like Ana, a character that is so difficult and so rewarding if played right, I think that's a fundamental, like, indicator that something's a little off. Moira is a little too strong. But I don't think it's because of Moira in particular. I don't think, for example, the solution would be to nerf Moira. On a side note, I think her damage orb should be removed entirely. That thing tilts the shit out of me. But, yeah, no. We'll leave that one slide for now. Moira's not my main problem. My main problem is the current tank meta. And that's why I feel like Overwatch's balance is always weird, because these characters are all balanced relative to each other. And on a surface level, I could complain that, Moira's just too damn strong. It's too difficult for an Ana to compete, with all these shields and whatnot. Like, Moira just gets the job done better and in an easier fashion. And it's really unrewarding to get outperformed by a Moira who's, for my own example, I've probably played, God knows, 20, 30 hours of Moira. And my Moira is more impactful than my Ana. And I have over 2,000 hours of Ana. Like, what? How does that make any fucking sense? But it does, because the shields are so strong. But it's not Moira. Like, it's so confusing on a surface level. It's like, okay, Moira's stronger than Ana. Maybe we could nerf Moira. Maybe we could buff Ana. Like, I don't think either of those are the solution. I think the solution lies within the strength of the tanks at the moment. And in my opinion, Sigma, Orisa are just absurdly strong right now. Like, I can't put it into words how ridiculous it is. And with Overwatch, the developers and how they balance this game, I feel like they like the metas to marinate for ages. And I get that. I love Super Smash Bros. Melee, right? I love how they just have had like the same balance for 20 years or whatever the fuck. It makes sense. But fuck, man, when you have Orisa and Sigma glaringly obviously strong, it's that mentality of waiting 20 years for a balance, or not even waiting 20 years, being in a position where a patch would never come out. Like, I can't help but want to die inside at just the thought of that. And I know as I record this commentary right now, I'm still going to have to wait a while before Orisa and Sigma and their power levels have gotten through the skulls of the developers, or the balance team, or whatever you want to call it. By design, they balance this game slowly. I know, like, relative to some other games, maybe not so much. But that marinating in double shield is going to do some serious damage to my brain. So I'm probably going to have to pick a bit of Moira in the future. I'm not too sure. I'll try to stick to Anna, but fuck, man. It's hard for a grandma out here, dude. Watch this poor Anna just go down. This damage orb, man. I feel like that should be removed, and a right click should require more precision, but should do more damage. I don't know what the solution for Moira is. But again, I don't think she's the main problem. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bit of a fucking rant in it. And I'll catch you guys later.